And just simply because we're doing this as a mini hypnosis
Okay.
experience, and therefore
Mm.
it's a
Mm.
demonstration, just for the audience, if you can raise your right hand up a bit more, so they also can kind of get a visual
Yeah,
feel for
yes.
people who are watching. So think about the block and keep looking at your right hand. And you can do it with your eyes open or closed, it doesn't matter, because now we've already, with your permission, stepped into the space in the land of hypnosis. So as you think about that block, and keep let whatever is coming up about this block, the throat, the chakra, the block, notice it. And when you allow all of that block to come up, and then magically drift into the palm of your right hand. Let me know and take all the time that you need. Let me know, Lakshmanjita, when you can see it in the palm of your right hand.
With your clients, what experience do you have about
Mm,
doctors, professionals like who use the hypnosis?
correct.
What kind of clients, as you said, that you have worked with teens, with 60-year-old, with housewives?
Mm,
Can they really work with students? And as you said, the linguistic, yes, of course, it
mm,
existed long back in every era in India, occult and all. When I talk to somebody or somebody who is
mm,
adept in this art talks to me, and later I feel a very refreshing feeling. Wow, talking to him, I
mm,
really felt good, light. The jam
mm,
in my mind, the
correct.
blockages, I've got away. Later I come to know, yeah, this is called, hypnosis. The way
Mm.
they act, either they stand this or they change their, body language, or they talk like this, simply standing. These are all techniques. Then the
Mm,
different anchoring parts. So just tell us
right.
about it a bit.
Mm.
And if you
So
can try
I
a bit on me also.
absolutely. So I'm going to do it in three parts, right? So one part is in case, especially for your viewers and people who've been listening, in case you missed that, what we were saying was um, when people are learning any kind of technique or any process, you can't force it, you can't rush it, right? So, like I
Hmm.
was saying, the reason why the hypnosis experience happens through the week, we do one on Monday, we do another one on Friday at both at 6 p.m. So Monday 6 p.m., Friday 6 p.m. And on
Hmm.
Saturday we have something called the student showcase, which is
Okay.
primarily driven and run by the students. It's again very very unique, and it'll link into your question that you just asked, which is um, in this kind of work that we're doing, especially which is driven by the soul, which is driven by your intuition, your intention, you can't force this, you can't rush this, right? So it's like
Yes.
you will, it's like the, what is that? When the student is ready, the master will appear. Similarly,
Hmm.
when the student
Hmm.
is ready, the course or the process or the practice will appear.
Come.
So
Yeah.
that's the reason why one is this is an ongoing uh, you know it's an ongoing process which is available for people. So when people, for example, when they click on the link and they join our community, we have a WhatsApp community so people can stay connected, and then you will get an update by email. So everything now is sort of driven by technology in that
Hmm.
sense, right? So that's where we are blending the best of everything. Yeah,
Yes.
like
Yes.
for me, I should say it and I'll say it anyway, like thanks to COVID, the flip side
Else,
was that
how
I
would
didn't
I
have
be connected to you? Else, how
exactly.
would we have met? For
Exactly,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
I didn't need to travel to the US again, spending like,
Yes.
and for
Yes.
Indians when we travel abroad, that every course is like you're buying three courses because you have to fly, you've got to stay there, you're not working
Hmm.
during those,
Yes.
say a 5 day, 10 day, whatever the process is. And I've done all of that. So the flip side was that I created this as a process. And to answer your question, whether it is somebody who is a homemaker, whether it is somebody who is maybe even a student, somebody who is, let's say, 60 plus, and now they're looking at, okay, what do I do for the rest of my life? Because I want to serve, I want to be able to help other people.
Hmm.
Or it
Hmm.
could be somebody in any age group for that matter, right? Um, they could be working either part time or full time. So anybody who feels that they want to help, the skills when they're taught in a practical way, where they're taught in a way where you get a lot of practice, and that's why when I say it's a practical way, You will learn about, okay, what is this, let's say, this technique or this method, right? What is it? And in a moment, we will do like a mini demonstration of that.
mm, mm,
But more importantly, it is like saying, for someone who is going through something, students are taught how to do this, how, like, what is the process. They, one, they get to experience it with me. Two, they get to practice with each other. And then over the course of time, they're able to, because it's a practical program, you're able to practice this like any skill, right? Whether it is yoga, whether it
mm.
is, you know, like you said, it could be an occult practice, whatever is your choice. Like any of these, when you practice on an ongoing basis, that is when um, you
The
get from a
results you
place
say.
of logic, like logically, oh, I'm not able to follow what my teacher is doing. You get to go to a place where it just flows,
Mm,
right? Like I was thinking about this during our short little commercial break, that your ability to ask questions is something that you have honed over a period of time. That's why the storytelling, that's why the story writing. So you're tapping into skills which you're doing on an ongoing basis, whether
yeah.
you're realizing it or not. So from the
Mm,
conscious, which would have been decades ago, to now you're
mm,
in a space where it comes from an unconscious place.
yeah.
That is skill.
And I always
And
thank
that
God that I'm
is
talkative.
right.
That is.
Exactly. And here's the thing. When you say talkative, but when you say it in a way that it makes you feel good, that
Mm,
is an example. And you've been mentioning the word anchoring. So that is where you're anchoring something positive. For a lot of
mm,
people, talkative makes them feel smaller, makes them feel lesser, makes them feel heavier. For you, when you say it, you immediately light up. You immediately like smile to yourself. Right. There you go. Right. That's another example. So in
yeah.
NLP or neuro linguistic programming, one of the famous tools was called anchoring. Right. It's what we
Mm,
do all the time. So, for example, one of the beautiful and the most universal examples, especially if we're talking to Indians, in the Indian context, the moment you hear the national anthem, there's something inside that just turns on. There's just
goosebumps are
something,
there.
goosebumps, maybe
Yeah.
tears, or maybe a combination. Your body kind of
Yeah.
feels different, right? It's not something made up. It's just something that is so deeply ingrained
Ingrained.
for
Yeah.
most of us. Like even right now, as I'm speaking to you, I'm like literally getting like these goosebumps,
Mm,
right?
mm.
So this is an example where NLP or neuro linguistic programming is one of the ways in which you can change the way you feel, and eventually you can get to a place, once you know what you're doing, you can use this. Like you're asking, can a homemaker do this for other people? 100%, right?
Mm.
uh, Here's the thing. Most homemakers, as in most mothers, are some of the best neuro linguistic
Yes.
programmers. They are some of the
Mm.
best hypnotists, because when mother says this, it happens, right? When
Yeah.
mother says, oh, you have that pain, chew, it's gone. Most
Mm, mm,
often,
mm.
that pain actually goes.
Yes.
That is a classic example of hypnosis, right? I'm
Yeah.
sure in the break, I kind of heard you for a second, but I'm sure you
Yeah.
have practiced that skill and honed it over a period of time,
Mm.
right? So maybe in the interest of time as well, let me ask you, Lagnajita, like, what is it that you would like to have more of?
Would like to have more of, ideas, story blooming up. I want
Perfect.
to connect to people. I
Beautiful.
want my throat as of now to come back to where I was. Somehow my idea is this throat chakra
Amazing.
expression. Somewhere
Uh-huh.
it's blocked. I should
Right.
express more wherever I go,
Right.
some public speaking,
Perfect.
confidence building, working
Beautiful.
with children. I always
Beautiful.
love to work with children. That's
Mm.
why I'm growing still with children. My inner child.
Amazing.
Yes,
Amazing.
those are the
Right.
things.
Right. So you're talking about, on the one hand, there's a lot of expansion, there's a lot of growth, there's a lot of connection, there's a lot of love, there's a lot of feeling, right? On the other hand, there is also a lot of stuckness, a lot of
Hmm.
tightness. What we're going to do, as I said, this is a mini eye hypnosis
Yeah, okay,
experience,
sure.
right? So when you're ready, we can begin. So I want you
Shall I
to,
open
for
the
a moment,
spectacles for that? Or is it okay if I keep it?
I can see your, there's not, I mean, I can see your eyes, but you're welcome to take it off if you feel more comfortable.
Okay, fine. I'll keep it here.
Perfect. Okay. So
Yeah.
two things, right? So on the one hand, uh, let me ask you like this. What would you like to focus on first? The expansion, the public speaking, the growth, and all of that, or the stuckness in the throat? Which one do you want to focus on first?
Yeah, initially I was thinking every day I think growth,
For the
change,
moment now,
success. But now I think
uh,
let me clear the blocks.
okay. So you want to clear the block. So you know what you want. Between the
Yes.
two, the blocks, the throat, and the expansion and working with children and all of
Growth.
that, which one do you want to focus on first?
Right now the blocks, until the block is erased, it will not
Perfect.
come.
So when you think about the blocks, when you think about the blocks, which hand feels more like the block? Which hand feels more like the block?
I feel it, I think,
Left or
more on the
right?
right hand.
Perfect. So I want you to do this for a moment, and you can do it with eyes open or closed. Doesn't matter to me. It's more whatever feels natural to you. Okay. So whenever you're
Okay.
ready, I want you to think about the block and look at it in your right hand. So whether you do it with your eyes open or closed doesn't matter. And just simply because we are doing this as a mini hypnosis
Okay.
experience and
Mm.
therefore it's a
Mm.
demonstration, just for the audience, if you can raise your right hand up a bit more,
Yeah.
yeah. So they also can kind of get a visual
Yeah.
feel for
Yes.
people who are watching you, right?
Okay.
Perfect. So think about the block and keep looking at your right hand. And you can do it with your eyes open or closed, it doesn't matter because now we've already, with your permission, stepped into the space and the land of hypnosis, and more
Okay.
specifically, eye hypnosis. So as you think about that block and keep, let whatever is coming up about this block, the throat, the chakra, the block, notice it. And when you allow all of that block to come up and then magically drift into the palm of your right hand, let me know and take all the time that you need. That's it. Let me know, Lagnajita, when you can see it in the palm of your right hand. Take your time.
Well, I can still see it here, but yes, my spine.
That's it.
There is shiver going up the
That's
spine.
it. So let all that sensation come up, but let
I'm
it,
feeling that.
for the purpose of what we're doing, because this is again just for you to get an experience of it.
It has to come here.
Let it doesn't have to, but imagine it in the palm of your right hand.
Okay.
Right? And it may
Yeah.
be a symbol, it may be a sign, it may be a color, it may be something that means something to you, consciously or unconsciously. As you see it in the palm, you sense it, you feel it in the palm of your right hand. Let me know. Yeah, that's it.
Yes,
And
I
you can,
do.
beautiful. So you've got, what would you call it? Like, what's one word to describe this that's in the palm of your right hand?
My beautiful voice.
That's it. Beautiful, my beautiful voice. I want you to see my beautiful voice. That's all of that that was inside of you now in the palm of your right hand. And in a moment, we're going to do something a little different. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I am. I'm ready.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So, in the palm of your left hand, would I be wrong in guessing that it's all the things that you want? The public speaking, the working with children, and the storytelling. Tell me what's that?
Yeah, it's empty. I want things to just fall on my hand.
That's it. Beautiful.
Container.
So, so see this container that's empty, and that's all the things that you talked about when we began. That's all of what you really want. In every moment from this point out till the last moment of you being here on this earth. And when you sense that, you can gently start to raise both your hands so that you can see container, that's left hand, and my beautiful voice, that's right hand. So gently start to lift your hands up. I'll let you know when it comes up within view of the camera, a little higher. That's it. Beautiful. Now, as you have it here like this, what I want you to also do, Lagnijita, is just gently start to turn them so they're facing each other. So they're like this,
Okay.
as if they're two mirrors. That's it. Beautiful. And as you see one hand and the other, left hand, that's container, and right hand, that's my beautiful voice. That's it. And I'm not going to ask you to bring your hands closer together, no faster or slower than your unconscious mind starts to take what my beautiful voice has, the positive in it, and let it flow into container. And take all the time that you need inside, Lavjita, to process this in your unconscious mind. That's it. And let your left hand, that's container, take all the positive that it has and share it with my beautiful voice. That's right hand. No faster or slower. That's it. Then your unconscious mind starts to create something new. And I don't know when your hands will start to draw together like magnets, but you might discover something naturally at only the
They are
place
doing
that
so.
feels natural. That's it. No faster or slower. Then your unconscious mind starts to bring them together into creating something. That's right. Take all the time that you need, breathing, relaxing as you're noticing, sensing this transformation.
The left hand is now become little heavy.
That's right.
The right is little getting light.
That's right. And receiving like this, like water and sponge. That's right. Like the elements of earth that are designed to be in perfect harmony and balance. Sometimes 50-50, sometimes 60-40, sometimes 30-70, but always and always, like they say, 80-20 and 20-80. But it's your unconscious mind that does all the calculations. And your conscious mind can just drift, relax, like your body relaxing now. That's right. And your hands gently start to come together, no faster or slower. Then you allow for this deep transformation that will continue on until the last moment that you're here, making all those wonderful choices every single moment that creates deep, deep change in all the people, in all the places, and all those spaces, all those beautiful lives transformed by the power that goes beyond your unconscious and simply connects to the divine. And when your hands do connect, you can gently start to bring them a little higher up. That's right. And take all the time as you notice when they do eventually. As a new entity transforming like this. That's right.
Oh, wow. It's
That's right.
come so close.
And
Okay.
now, as you allow for these to connect,
Hmm.
you can do it with your eyes closed. It's totally fine.
Can I open my
That's it.
eyes? Is it okay?
Of course, of
And
course.
my throat is
And take your
suddenly
hands with
relaxed.
this energy and now just place it wherever it feels natural on your body. That's right. And just be here in stillness for a few moments. I'll be silent too, while you just allow the transformation to continue, knowing that it's begun. And maybe there's a third entity that's being created even while you weren't watching. For my beautiful voice and container, a third new entity. That's right. Take your time.
When I open
And
my
so,
eyes,
of
I've
course.
already done so, but it's a beautiful,
And
peaceful feeling.
mm,
Mm. And practice makes a man regular.
that's right.
Practicing at regular hours also is important, I think so.
Sure, sure.
So, in case I do this regularly, oh,
So, might I add here the reason also why we're recording this for your viewers, your people who are watching this and listening to this, is that this is a way of sharing what you've received, and also, like with any practice, as you said, even if you were to do this as if you're watching an instructional video. This is one way for you to deepen your own experience. Obviously, the details will be different. So you
hmm.
saw your beautiful voice and you had a container. They may have, it's like for those of you who are watching this, you may see something else or notice something else in each hand, and that's totally fine, right? Let me ask you this. Once they came together, what's that third entity that you notice now?
Going to my music teacher every Sunday,
Hmm?
sitting, beautiful songs, vocals, khyal,
Hmm.
classical,
Hmm.
Rabindra Sangeet, English choir group songs in my school. I
Right.
love singing. I used to do that.
Right.
It's just remembering that, was remembering the way I walked to Sir
Mm,
with my diary,
yeah,
Saregama and all those
yeah, yeah.
sargams written.
Right.
That came to me.
Beautiful. What would be one word to describe this, like a almost like a symbol or a word? What would be that as a phrase? Like you had my beautiful voice and you had container. Those are the two things. When you notice and the two hands came together, what did you see as a symbol?
I think it's thoughtless, no
Hmm.
worries.
Hmm. And what's a
This is
symbol that's thoughtless,
symbol that I
that's
see,
no worries? Mhm. You can even do
that
it right
I've
now if you
seen.
close your eyes. Yeah.
Symbol that I see, you say.
Mm-hmm.
The symbol is only the vocal cord I see.
Beautiful.
I only see the vocal here, where
Right.
my voice is to come out.
Mm.
I could only see that.
Nice.
Mm.
Yeah,
Saying
that's
it
it.
that I
That's
love
it.
you, you're beautiful. Because
Mm.
I blocked, I stopped singing,
Mm.
developed thyroid hormones,
Mm.
which is not correct.
So
I
let me
just saw
ask
my
you
vocal
this,
cord.
Lagnajita. Now that you've had this experience, what does this mean to you now? Vocals and love.
I have to, one with God, as we say, I have to be one with
Mm.
myself. I have to tell my body that, wait, give time, love yourself more,
And what
balance.
happens when you go beyond what you have to do? What's that?
What happens with the body, with mind when I try to go beyond?
When you go beyond having to do it.
Having the just the voices.
You said
Yeah.
having to do it, right? You said, I have to do it. What's beyond that?
Mm. Beyond that, I could see myself, in a
Okay.
white dress,
That's right.
flare,
Yeah.
it has like umbrella cut. I'm
Right.
just
Right.
moving round and round,
Yeah.
swirling motion,
That's right.
like the flag, and I'm a free bird. I'm just seeing myself a free
Exactly.
bird flying
And
in the air.
flying and free
Yeah.
bird and flowing.
Yes.
Remember that. And flying and free bird and
I'm
flowing.
flowing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
I always see this beach side, sitting there into
Mm.
nothingness
Yeah.
for as much time as I wish.
Perfect. So
Get time to
one thing
think
I,
of
if I
this.
may say so, is
Yeah.
every time from this moment when you hear yourself saying, I have to dash dash dash, remember this and
I'm
flowing.
flying. I'm a free bird. I'm flowing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you
when
so
you
much.
say
Thank
that,
you.
like, I am a free bird, I'm flying.
Okay.
Like this with love. Like
Expression.
this is how you hold, what is it? Like normally how you hold chickens.
Yes. Yes.
Gardan se
Chicks.
pakdo. But on
Hmm.
instead, when you hold with love and you feel that, right? And just feel that love. That is in the moment you just release it, right?
Yeah.
So thank you for suggesting the experience, and I'm glad that you got to have an experience, and I'm sure your viewers and people who are listening to this, or even if they're watching this, if they're not watching this, definitely recommendation is watch this, so you will actually get to see Lagnajita's experience and expressions, and
Actually, I'm now thoughtless. I don't want to speak much, but
good.
I
I
want to
know, I
sink in
know.
with this. But still, I should speak
Yeah.
to honor you. Thank you so much, first of
Thank
all.
you. Thank you.
Thank you for, giving it out to, of course, the
More
right
than that.
student, the right person, right time.
Yeah.
And it's my viewers, it's a novel and a novice experience. Do experience this. And hypnosis is nothing to hallucinate or take out your, inner secrets which you don't want to disclose. No, it's something we had an idea. I had an idea about it in the time, in the last 5, 6 years. I understood it's not totally at all that. Nobody has any interest much to know about my secrets. It's all there, about my growth, about my
Mm,
freedom. This
that's
is
right.
all that I have learned. And today I experience it indeed. I
Beautiful.
am free, I'm flowing. Yes, I'm a free
Yes.
bird.
Beautiful.
And
That's right.
I hope you all understand this. You all connect to him. You all first sink in and understand and take out any kind of, illusion about hypnosis.
Mm,
And it's a powerful tool for any human to keep smiling throughout the life.
yeah.
That is one more thing. And control my mind power, It's a switch on to control my thoughts, control my laughter, and not be
Mm,
dependent on others. That's another important point.
yeah. True.
Not be dependent, but yes, I have a way for my own throat. And if you have some part of the body, some discomfort, please try that. I cannot say how much powerful it is until you try yourself.
So true.
Thank you. I hope you liked it. And I promise you to bring much more videos just of the same quality, and you will never be disappointed. So do subscribe. Bye bye.